Okay, so when we first got this house, this bathroom here had a glass door in it with a gold trim around it. So when we pulled that out, unfortunately, as you can see here, it pulled some of the tiles off the wall. So what we're going to be doing today is replacing some tiles on the wall here, and then I'll show you how we're going to do that along the way. And then once we're done with that, we're going to clean up these tiles and go ahead and reglaze this shower. So for this project, we had to get some new tiles because when the other ones fell off the wall, a lot of them broke. We went and got these tiles at Home Depot. These are 4 1/4 inch by 4 1/4 inch. We also got our mortar mix for the wall. This is pre-mixed stuff, and the reason I chose this is because this is made for interior, floors, walls, countertops. It's also made to go in wet locations. On the edge of the shower, it shouldn't get too wet, but I don't want to take a chance and having the tiles fall off again in the future. And I looked at Lowe's, but they didn't have them. The closest they had was 4 by 4. Those are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we found these little bull nose pieces to go along the edge right there. And hopefully, when we're done with this project, we're gonna reglaze everything to seal it up real well. You don't have to have really expensive tools to do this job. In fact, in order to put this mortar mix on the wall, I just got this cheap little plastic trowel here. It's got different sizes on the edges so that you can set it up for whatever kind of tile that you're putting on the wall. Each tile has a different recommendation depending on the size of the tile, on the thickness that you put it on the wall. So this will work out fine for our application here. And when you're done, you don't have to worry about cleaning it up because it only costs $1, so you can dispose of it if you want to. And for my application here, we're going to use this 1/8 inch side here, or 3 millimeters. So what I'm doing now, I'm just spreading the mortar mix out evenly on the wall using that trowel and get the spacing correct on there, using that 1/8 inch spacer to smooth it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and start placing the tiles where they go, trying to keep the space even. Of course, there's a few tiles that I'm going to have to cut down a little bit, and in order to cut them down, I'm just going to do that using this wet saw that I had. Unfortunately, I didn't record cutting this when I was doing it, but I did use this wet saw in order to cut a couple tiles down so they'd fit on the wall there. And then just put them in place, and the next step is to let that dry overnight and cure. And then we can go ahead and grout the tile. So to start glazing the tiles, we bought this Tub and Tile by Rustoleum. It worked pretty good, but we ended up running out, didn't have enough to finish the job. Also, it left kind of a dull texture on the tiles, and we ended up, since we couldn't find any more of this locally, ended up actually switching over to this Rustoleum Appliance Epoxy. Same manufacturer, but this ended up leaving a nice glazed look to the tile when we're finished. And this is the finished product after we sprayed the tiles. I ended up letting it sit and cure for about a week before we ended up putting the shower back in service.